between the Canes and the Noles, once upon a time, barely noticed outside the state of Florida. But those battles in the 80s and the 90s put both programs on the national map, made both of them champions, and we are lucky to have another showdown between these two today. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFB this year, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Canes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Florida State's offense will get first crack at it today. This series is littered with Florida State heartbreaks in close games, but the last time they met, it was the Noles pulling out a close one.
Florida State found a way to get it done. If you can not involve the kicker, a lot of times in this series, things will go well, but they executed, they made the plays they needed to. They got one in a row, Palmer. Can they get two?
And, David, at the end of the day, it was just Florida State that executed better. They made a few more.
There he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Hold on.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. They've got the big fellas out there. A three tight end look on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Gandy. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And the Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab down the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. Safe to say expectations have not been met. When you start a season in the top 5, you expect to contend for a playoff spot. Now they're sitting there unranked. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Seminoles decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. So Miami's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
And the Hurricanes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They're going to run it. get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Applewhite. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that, but you've got to key on him and at least have 2 people running with him deep down the field. That time, that must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
They don't get nearly enough on 3rd down. 4th down coming from the 48. The Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Gets it to him on the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And the Canes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Handoff from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Quarterback making adjustments. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gilbert. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. The Canes send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. To the air, it's Gandy. Floats it out in space. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Yeah, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? Florida State was in the ACC. This was kind of an interconference battle every time they played, but no doubt, David, this game just holds so much more significance to both programs.
Both in the state of Florida. Florida State, Miami, the uniforms are so great, the lineage, the history of the players, so it does. It feels like this rivalry's been playing a lot longer than since 1950.
And the Noles will call on their punt team. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Off the play fake on first down. Here's a heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
All right, well, if you're the quarterback, you know at this point, this is one of those days that I'm going to have to just strap it up. I'll probably be in an ice bath when the game is over because I'm getting hit a lot. We're only in the first quarter. My accuracy and my timing is going to have to be at a premium.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense. Push these offenses behind the sticks.
And the Canes will bring the punt team onto the field.
Number 13,
Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And they'll blow it dead just across midfield around the 45. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. The inside handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Knowles moving quickly to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. He'll pull it on the read. Tackle by... you want a big third down stop by this defense. The Seminoles need to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. And the Seminoles with the 1st and 10.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and they keep the drive alive.
And the Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Grabbed in the middle. It's Johns. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Offense lining up quickly. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Quick release on the RPO. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Looking for a man. It's Gandy. And the rush will get to him at the 25. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Excellent job by the kick coverage unit to keep him from getting the sideline. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Gets it past the marker. Oh, a lot of space. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Miami. Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead down 7-3. The give on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Power football with the run. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Gandy. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Let's see what he can do with it. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. He's piled up 97 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Got it in the middle. It's Cook. Open space at the 25. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Canes.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. At the 40, there he goes. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, no!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Might be changing the route. Quick completion to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Hurricanes headed quickly to the line. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. Long run to the right. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Hurricanes will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Canes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Canes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Back to pass, it's Applewhite. Fires to the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. Trying to keep this drive alive. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And those 4th and 3, 4th and 4 situations are really tough. Is it a passing situation? Is it a running situation? I really got to see my keys, go get it. Defense was just a step slow and give it the 4th down run.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Hurricane.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Complete to the left. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. From the red zone, looking for a man. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. With the catch, it's John. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Touchdown, Florida State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that, baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking for a man. It's Applewhite. Showing the arm strength to the left. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. One more snap coming before halftime. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Pass to 45. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Gilbert. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Noles and Canes. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Miami and Florida State plays out.
The Seminoles will kick it away to crank up the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge...
Turning it on! The 20! And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Miami!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Rush is on him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Noles will punt it away on 4th down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. That's caught. It's Johns. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Hits the accelerator to the right. At the 20. Touchdown, Canes. The defense putting points on the board. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Jacksonville State is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in CUSA, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 4 over Oregon State. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Motion from the back. Scanning the field. It's Gandy. Looking to scramble. Across the 45. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. The Noles want to pick up the tempo. It'll be a draw. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. The official says no good. Couldn't find a way to draw closer. Still an 18-point hold.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar.
There he goes. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Hurricane. And the beatdown has ensued.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
To throw, it's Gandy. Bringing the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
The Seminoles will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and take it back. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
And And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Carr. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. And the Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Inside the 25. Oh, he's got some space. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Miami! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The Hurricanes continue to gain strength, and they have built a lead on the Noles.
I think that speed from Miami is really starting to show itself here in the football game. It doesn't look like Florida State at this point, David, can keep up with all of that athleticism.
Speed and swag. They got it going now. They got the confidence going. And when Miami gets the confidence going, it is tough to beat. Florida State's going to have to make something happen and make it happen fast.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Gandy. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? And the Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Seminoles will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's got great speed. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. From the shotgun, the inside kid. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Canes. And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership, my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires,
turning it on! Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Out of the gun, they give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done it.
And he's still running after the move. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Hurricanes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Canes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Might be calling a hot route. Now they'll run it on the toss. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
How about this confidence in the running game, and he picks up 9 just short of the marker. It'll be 4th and 1.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. And the try is no good because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They'll run it from the gun. At the 45 on his way. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Off play action on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Well, you look at Webster's dictionary and the term game wrecker, a picture of this guy is going to show up. He has been unstoppable in this football game. That's his 2nd sack here today.
Right down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. They're setting up the screen. Spins away from the defender. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Took a shot as he threw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready, they were fast, they were physical, they dominated.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Offense scoops it up and still going.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Seminoles decide to punt it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The give to the back. Powers through the defender. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose